Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still abroad right now internationally. I would love to show you my face. I got my earbuds in. We're internationally on a beach right now, and anybody that's traveled international, you know they like to be topless and sometimes nude on these beaches. The Europeans are totally different than us. I'm not a perv. I'm not about to put, people's families and moms and wives and stuff on social media. That's not my style. I respect people's privacy. So I'm not going to be recording on the beach right now. I'm not doing that. I'm sure my channel would blow up, but I would rather, like I say, I'm straight to the point. I respect people's privacy. I don't want to do that. So I'm doing this reaction video with my earbuds on. So the ocean is loud here too, and the wind. Hopefully it drowns a lot of it out. But I want to say this. March 10th, this guy, Larry Jones, was a doom and gloomer. Now he's a big bull saying he bought a year ago in a Roth IRA 401 conversion for a family member. We're going to get into that in a second.
Now, look at this. I want you guys to look at this one really, really good. I put $30,000 into this account. 30. All right? You guys see how much is in there right now. 117K out of 30,000. That's almost a 4-bagger. And guess what? It's a Roth IRA, okay? It's a family Roth that I'm doing for a family member. Let's put it that way. It's a Roth IRA. I 4X'd it in 1 year, okay? So, am I saying?
Stay tuned to this video. He says how he did a 401k conversion for a family member. How can you do a working employer 401k for a family member? Or what are you doing? I'm confused. We are so confused. So many people are so confused. And what he will do, he won't make a video. That's what happens when you call out these people. They'll go dark and they won't make a video hoping it blows over. But we got to look at this guy talking about how he sold everything with stop losses back in March out of his own mouth. But he miraculously got back in and timed it a year ago or in March or April at the bottom. I'm confused.
When crypto, just think about this, good people. This is how unfair it is to the common person, you and I. Your stock, your crypto after the recession took off, right? Right? And now it's coming down, triggering stop losses. But you got to pay taxes on the gains of last year while you're losing this year, right? You go, oh, you can write off. There's a limit to how much you can write off. I'm just bringing you the facts. And so I think.
What's the limit? You don't even know the limit, do you? It's $3,000. He doesn't even know the limit. But he's going to tell you how you can do 401k mega backdoor Roth IRAs when that's only for business owners and high income earners. If you're a high income earner, you don't need the hot plays in the day-to-day, the quick lottery money that he's giving, okay? You don't need that. You sure as hell ain't following him. You want to know why? Because you've already talked to a CPA. You already talked to a financial advisor, and they're going to give you the facts, the real facts, all right? What he's talking about here, he's being a bear right now. Listen, just keep listening.
End of the day, you and I pay for everything. All right, enough with the negativity. The positive thing is that at some time or at some point, it's time to start buying. Hold your nose and start buying. And for those of you that have heard me say time and time again, I'm holding a pile of cash. I'm 50.
Woo! But you just said you were in the market, Larry Jones, where you threw $30,000 in the market. But now you're holding cash just 4 months ago. Just 4 months ago, you're holding a pile of cash. Guys, you got to hear this. But before you hear this, let's rewind where he says he threw $30,000 into the market for a family member.
A family Roth that I'm doing for a family member. Let's put it that way.
Now, let's listen to 4 months ago what he says about a pile of cash. Let's rewind this.
It's time to start buying. Hold your nose and start buying. And for those of you that have heard me say time and time again, I'm holding a pile of cash. I'm 50% cash. I'm only investing new money. And for those of you that have saw me when I was touring, speaking at conferences over the last year, I told you, if you're just getting into the market is frothy. And for every dollar that you deposit, only in
Wait, March 10th, you made this video. But recently, you just said you're speaking at other conferences where you're up and you're doing mega backdoor Roth IRAs.
Because when I'm in the room with wealthy people, I'm literally here at a conference with tax strategists. And I come here and I'm telling everything to you guys. So there's also something called the Mega Roth. You could call your broker, whether it's Fidelity or whatever. They'll never tell you about it. But if you ask them, they go, yep, that exists. So if you got a 401k, for those of you that got your own businesses, you got a SEP or any type of 401k. Now, this is why. And save the other 75% for those of you that have heard me say that over.
If you would have taken his advice back in March, you would have missed out on the new highs of the summer of the stock market. I haven't sold anything. Index fund, dividend stock investors. Do you see why we outperform a lot of day traders? Do you see why we say don't listen to any of these fools? Do you see why? Because you're constantly trying to time the damn market, okay? I have a question for you, Stock Up with Larry Jones. Where's Stock Curry? Okay, where's Stock Curry? That was your boy, a part of Stock Up U. You replaced him for Trading with Ashley. Where is Kelly OG? Yeah, I mean, all you big YouTube influencers, where's Kelly OG? Where's all these big day trading gurus? Why is it for years you guys were the gurus, and then when markets do what they do, you disappear? All right? Explain that to me. Please explain that to me. Now keep going on how you told people to hold cash.
Over. This is why. Larry, why are you holding that cash? It's not doing anything. I never knew when something like this was going to happen, but I know it does happen. And this is how you're prepared. Now, you didn't have to have 50%, but you got to have some dry powder, because if you're all in the market, both stocks and crypto, you can't win when the market goes down and you don't have dry powder. So at some point, you just have to start buying. At some point, you got to start buying. And so, we started buying right here. We started buying right here. Or should I say I started buying right here.
Oh, you timed the market and started buying at the bottom? So you conveniently timed it at the bottom. So if you started buying at the bottom in March and April, what about a year ago when you threw $30,000 into the market? A year ago, you said you threw $30,000. Where was that at? But you timed the bottom now. You miraculously timed the bottom.
And I'm going to buy my way down on the S&P 500. I'm going to buy my way down on the NASDAQ, which is QQQ. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Wait, you're going to buy your way down on the S&P and the QQQ. You always talk about index funds when your hot plays get crushed. Back then you were talking about bunk, and then you took a little break from YouTube because, something happened with your dad in April. Hope he's doing okay. You took a break when you got crushed. You were pumping Bunk Coin, Dog with Hat, Pepe, and now you're buying the index funds. I'm so damn confused. And March 10th, you were buying the index funds. You're buying at the bottom. But now you happen to buy all the speculative stuff that you rolled into your Roth IRA, and you're at all-time highs. But back then, you were buying index funds. I'm confused.
That don't know, you can just literally buy QQQ, all right? And have exposure to big tech without the risk of just buying Tesla, Nvidia, that type of deal. And for those of you that are loading up on Tesla right now, I'm going to tell you to be careful, because half of Tesla's vehicles are made in China. All right. And so that's what's happening. And I don't care.
Dividend investors, all my dividend fund portfolio members, if you're seeing this video, you are a part of my membership. I was buying all my dividend stocks. I didn't care if the market was up. I didn't care if it was down. Dollar cost average investors, we buy whenever we got the money, every week, every month, every calendar quarter. We don't time the market. All my dividend fund investors, all the people that saw my dividend portfolio, did I ever miss a week where I was not buying stocks? Where I showed you, yo, I'm buying stocks. I don't care what it's doing. And look at where we are now. All-time highs. And what do you think my portfolio is doing right now? My index funds and dividend stocks. If you would have listened to this guy, you would have been in cash trying to time the damn market.
Where you stand on that? When there's a battle going on, the captain of the ship has to be a frontline soldier. If you're a governor of a state or a mayor of a city and that city is flooded or hitting snow, that's not the time to go on vacation. So I'm totally against.
Go on vacation. I'm on vacation right now. Yeah, baby bubba. I'm on vacation. It's always time to go on vacation when you got your money right. I'm gonna make a future video on that. We are doing some of the most dumbest shit, flying first class. We blowing euros out here. We don't even care. My BMW was finally fixed at home. They contacted me. I'm gonna be enjoying that. Finally fixed. Shout out to Frank Talks Money. Go get your Corvette. Frank Talks Money. Shout out to Frank. Frank, you put that work in with the 401k and the index funds. It comes a time where you got to enjoy that money. You can't take it with you. Shout out to Frank Talks Money. Go get that Z06. 650 horsepower, 650 torque. Go get it. I used to have a Grand Sport with a cam, chopping, exhaust headers, all that stuff. It's even on the channel. I had Shelby GT350s, M2s. I'm a car guy. Frank, you put that work in. You've been through some lows and you made it back. You made it out them lows. Go enjoy your money. Okay? You can't take it with you, but you got to put that work in first.
Elon being focused on anything else but his company. That I stand on. But look at this. This is what I mean. Tesla is down in the last month 36%. But you can get exposure to Tesla by just buying the QQQ. You would only be down, let's call that 11%. On the day, look at that. On the week, QQQ down 4%, Tesla down 17%, right? And we can just load this up with, the Mag 7 or tech-heavy companies, right? And then the day, look at that, down another 15%. So I would be careful with buying too much Tesla. And sometimes, good people, it's better to wait until a confirmed reversal and then start buying, rather than trying to
wait for a confirmed reversal. That's timing the market. You're about to contradict yourself right now. Let's rewind this. He just said wait for a confirmed reversal, but then he's going to come out and say something that contradicts himself.
Buying too much Tesla. And sometimes, good people, it's better to wait until a confirmed reversal and then start buying, rather than trying to time the bottom. Good luck with that. Many have tried. You may think you're smart enough to do that. You're not. All right?
Well, then how the hell do you confirm the bottom or confirm a reversal? You can't. You can't. Where do you get your information from, bro? Where do you get your information? I know you're a musician, but where do you get your information? Back in March, you're a bear, and now you're a bull. You're telling people back in March, be careful of Tesla, but now you got every speculative stock in your Roth IRA that's up 4 times, with half those damn companies don't even have profits. They don't even have earnings, but you miraculously bought them. I'm going to let you continue.
All I'm going to say, at some point, you need to start buying. So right now, I've sold a lot of my big tech, NVIDIA, Tesla, Google, Apple, and I didn't just sell it. I used my stop losses. And
boom. You sold back then, but you're still in the market. Let me guess. You sold some of your stuff, but kept half of your stuff. You timed at the top with this stuff. Yo, scratch a lie, find a thief. That's all I got to say.
I'm freeing up that capital, that cash, and adding it to the cash that I had. And I'm going to be buying more of the ETFs, okay?
What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? When the market goes down, he goes to ETFs and index funds. When the market goes up, he has every speculative damn thing in his portfolio. He will act like this video doesn't even exist. And the sad part is, a desperate person and a degenerate will always exist. And they will always be greedy, and people like him will stay in business until they get crushed bad, like Kelly OG or Stock Curry or his buddy Keenan Grace that deleted all his videos pretty much and tried to say it was YouTube that deleted it. But I'm sure, allegedly, he did it because he was recommending Neo and ChargePoint, and people were probably filleting him on that. So he's trying to start over fresh and blame it on YouTube. But influencers don't get in trouble from YouTube if you do the right thing. I've never gotten in trouble. I've never gotten a strike.
So that's what I want to tell you guys. And the same thing with crypto. I have no memes. A lot of my alts have triggered stop losses, but I have.
He just said he has no memes. None. But he's talking about memes now after the run-up. Buy, sell low, buy high. Sell low, buy high.
In brackets. There's probably more stop losses triggering right now while I'm here. Larry, why don't you just hold everything? Because I could buy back in even right now from yesterday and I'll still be in a better position, right? There's some crypto that I'm still holding that I haven't sold. I had looser stop losses, right?
Yep. And right after this, the stock market dropped more. Okay. And then he made a I'm leaving YouTube video. He had other people making videos for him because I'm sure people were crushing him in the comment section. That's what they do. Now, a stupid person will still listen to him, still follow him. But every now and then, I got to release these videos because if you're thinking about following this guy, ask the people from 2022. Oh, wait, they're long gone. All the people from 2022 that followed this guy when he was talking about Workhorse, Neo, CCIV, Tortoise acquisition that turned into Hyliion, Mullen, they're long gone. They got crushed, and you'll never hear from them again. Well, I'm about to get back to my vacation, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. No regrets? Get it.